Hi, I'm Mike Roberts with the Visiting Nurse Association of Greater St. Louis. You know and I know that the quality of life is very much a function of those who surround us. What follows is an insight into the life of a very special person named Liz, as guided by her sisters Kathy and Carol. And at the end of this journey, the quality that Liz provides to their lives and all those she touches is going to be very obvious.
Lizzie, what do you do with me when we go to the campground? What do we do?
A golf parade.
Golf cart parade. And how much fun did we have doing that?
Great.
Great. And who won?
I did.
You did. Didn't we do a great golf cart?
Yeah.
We decorated it all up.
Threw candy.
Threw candy, made the kids so happy.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite thing in Halloween to do when the kids come to you?
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. And what do you give them?
Pie candy for little kids.
Candy for little kids. And you're going to have a Christmas party coming up, right?
Yeah.
Who's coming to your Christmas party?
Mom and Kathy.
Mom and your sister, Kathy.
Yeah.
And who's the most special guest at your Christmas party? Who's the big guy that comes in the red hat?
I don't know.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yes, and you love Santa Claus, don't
Yeah.
you? Liz was the last of 8 children, and she didn't progress like the other children did for no apparent reason. It wasn't like Down syndrome. It wasn't anything like that. Supposedly, maybe lack of oxygen at birth. That was just the station she had in our family. The baby, the center of attention. She went to the Armstrong School, which is a school for kids with special needs, and she went there from first grade until 18. She was 18. She was bused 30 minutes to 30 minutes away from our hometown to go to that school. She loved school. She did well in school. When she got out of school, boredom set in really quick for her. And so at about 19, 20, she really became kind of a brat. Don't say that, don't do that, very frustrated. Still, her speech was still not really very good. She has about the mentality of a 5-year-old, but my older sister Terry likes to say she's had 52 years to perfect that 5-year-old. So my parents had to make the agonizing decision to make her a ward of the state and move her into a group home. And we were not all on board with that at the time, but we knew something different had to change. And actually, it was one of the best decisions they made. She lived in a home with 8 total people, and she shared a room with another gal, and that just really became her home. She was there for almost 26 years.
And it was very close. It was just 2 blocks from mom and dad's house.
Right.
So she was close.
And we picked her up freely, took her wherever we wanted, but for the most part, she wanted to be with her friends and
that's when we're going to take her back home.
Yeah, it's the time for me to go back home. Yeah. But at 26, she started falling a lot, having some health problems. We just weren't sure what was happening. And all of a sudden, she had a respiratory arrest. And she had to be flown by helicopter to Barnes Hospital, and they took excellent care of her there. She was on a ventilator for about a week, and while she was on that ventilator, they ran every test known to man, I think. MRI, scans, everything. And the only thing they could deduct was that she had severe sleep apnea. And so not having oxygen was creating all of these health issues for her, and putting her on a CPAP machine and oxygen was what the recommendation was going to be. So we were kind of glad that was the minimal diagnosis, but a couple things that I think was very difficult for us. One is when she was in the coma and on a ventilator, is we had family issues about, do we let her go, or do we save her, or what do we do?
I think we had more faith that she would pull out of it than the medical staff, because we'd seen her do it before. I mean, she would be
just what a
really
fighter
bad.
she was.
And then the next minute she'd wake up and wonder where she is and what was going on, like she had never been in that state.
I explained to them she goes to church. She sings the loudest of church. She has faith. She has friends. She has family. She prays for everybody. She's concerning, a caring person.
And she has a purpose. She has to take care of Mom. You know, whether she does or not, she feels she has to take care of Mom. She has to be there for us. She has to be there for her home to help them take care of things at her home. So Liz feels she has a purpose.
And then more devastating, she was not allowed to go back to her group home. In the state of Illinois, they didn't have the caregivers that could take care of her, and so we had to put her in a nursing home. We were quite shocked, upset, tearful. She was tearful. Really, really hard decision for us and our family to make. So we moved her into a little one-room
Kicking and
nursing
screaming.
home, trying to figure out what to do with all her dolls, all her things, all the things that were so precious and important to her. In about a year or two, she vastly improved. Started to feel the nursing home was her home, and even now feels like that's her home and wants to stay there. So we're happy about that. And then just how long ago was Liz diagnosed
2
with?
years.
2 years
2
ago,
years.
maybe. Was diagnosed with breast cancer, a very aggressive breast cancer, and that she found herself, believe it or not, and immediately went for a double mastectomy, of which she did great.
She did do great.
So good with it. And she had to go through an aggressive chemotherapy, of which she had 2 treatments maybe,
Yeah.
and the bottom fell out.
Didn't do so good with those chemos.
So we were back in the ICU with her, nearly died, and the doctor made the decision that chemo was just not going to be good for her. And we find this a lot with IDD people, that they react differently than the general population does. And she was no exception to that.
Yeah. And Liz was used to only taking just Tylenol. She never took anything stronger than Tylenol. So a little bit of medication goes a long way with her.
Right.
So when they gave her the massive doses of chemo, I think it was a little too massive.
Yeah, yes. So then she went to what the doctor, the oncologist, told us was the old lady chemo.
Yeah.
He says, we give this to 80-year-olds and they tolerate fine. So we're feeling good. Okay, well, it's not the best, but we'll go with this to make it through that. Maybe 2 or 3 treatments.
Yeah.
Back sick again. So then we decided we will try the hormone therapy. Our last option was the hormone therapy. Went for a bone density test. Bone's too brittle. Can't do the hormone therapy. So
Yeah.
now,
But Liz is thrilled. She does not have to go back to the doctor, and her hair is growing back. She measures it daily.
right. Well, we don't know where we are with Liz now. We have not been completely honest with Liz. She thinks she's better and well now. And for us, I think that's the best that we can do. I don't think that she has the capability of fully understanding what lies ahead for her, and we're just going to let her take that day by day and just be there to support her. We know that the cancer will come back because it was a very aggressive cancer, and the doctor shared with us in June that if we did no treatments, that she wouldn't make it until Christmas. So we're happy we're here at Christmas, and she gets to enjoy that, but we don't know where we're going to go from here. And if prayers,
Lots of prayers.
yes, that's all we can really do. And we pray for her, and she prays for herself, and we're just going to let her enjoy life. She can
And that
name
was-
the people on the bus in heaven. And
Yeah.
I think she does know that one day she's going to meet those people again in heaven. And so we're going to keep supporting that. And she's got a list. So
Yeah. And she names them off. So when somebody else passes away, she adds them to the list, and she'll name them all for you, so that she knows that they're there, and that they're going to greet them, and they're going to greet her.
all we can really do for her is what we feel is in our heart. It's very difficult for her to be in the hospital, so we just feel like this is the right thing for us now.
And I think it's the best for Liz. It's always what's best for Liz.